and welcome to my garden and the dinosaurs who live there. Well, we're on Sunday the 4th of December, and for a number of weeks now I have been busy building a new chicken run. And it's not complete yet, but it is looking good, and actually I now have mixed the new chickens with the existing chickens, so I now have all of the chickens in one flock, all in the new run. So I thought I would just show you where I am with the run. As I say, it's not quite finished, but the main part of it's done and the roof's on, so that's great. And that was the thing I really wanted to achieve before we went into chicken lockdown. And for those of you that aren't aware, there's avian flu that is rife really throughout the UK, and it's transferred in the main by wild birds, by their poo, and you know, just being in the vicinity of your birds, your chickens. And yeah, in all of the UK bar Scotland, so in Northern Ireland and England and Wales, there's a compulsory housing order at the moment for chickens and other domesticated birds, which basically means you've got to keep them undercover, and that undercover really means something solid to stop bird poo coming into your chicken run, and then potentially if that bird poo is from a bird that is infected by avian flu, then that can transfer to your flock, and then the consequences basically are deadly, because bird flu will, I think, over 90% of the time kill your birds, and if your flock gets bird flu, then the flock has to be culled to try and stop the transmission. Yeah, so it's nasty. Usually what happens is we get it in the winter time. Migratory birds bring it into the country, and then when they leave, things settle back down again. But this year it hasn't really happened that way, and it's got into our existing population of birds throughout the country, and it's been killing wild birds all the way through the year, which is terrible. Anywho, at the moment, Northern Ireland and England and Wales have got the compulsory housing order, but we haven't in Scotland yet. I think it's just a matter of time, to be fair. So I was desperate to get the roof on the big run so that I could get all of the hens into the big run together, so that if we had to keep them indoors, we had the roof on and we were sort of protecting the run from wild bird poo. As I say, at the moment we're not under compulsory housing order, so my girls, I've got the run door open and they're having a meander around just now, but it's probably just a matter of time. We've had a few instances of bird flu, Orkneys in Aberdeenshire, so that's far north, in population, you know, domesticated populations of birds. There certainly, particularly in the coast, have been wild birds succumbing to bird flu as well, and there's been instances in other places. For example, in Glasgow, there's a loch in Glasgow called Hugginfield Loch, and the swan population there has been decimated by bird flu too. So it is around, but because we're not having the regular episodes of bird flu in domesticated either commercial flocks or sort of backyard flocks, we aren't in lockdown as yet, but that is definitely under sort of watch, if you like, by the powers that be. So it's probably just a matter of time, as I say. But I'm letting my girls out to enjoy the garden as best they can, until such a time as we've got to lock them in. So sorry, I rambled a bit there about bird flu. But now what I'd like to do is show you around the new run, and you can see where I am with it, and I'll talk a little bit about what is left to do. Oakley dokley. Well, there's a bit of a view of the run as it stands. So what we have is a set of aviary panels, 4 panels wide, 5 panels long, so they're just over 3 feet wide. So we're about 12 feet wide and 15 feet long. That's the size of the run. And then I've added plastic roofing, and that is actually polycarbonate, but it's corrugated polycarbonate, and that was a bugger to get on. I did it myself. It's not perfect. There's the odd wee leak here and there, but once we get some decent rain, I'll be able to see exactly where they are and plug them up. So yeah. Now you may be thinking, there's an awful lot happening inside that run. That's because their existing run, if I just go around here, the existing run is still in here. I've still got to dismantle it. I didn't want to dismantle it until I got the roof on this run. So this is the original little run that they had. They actually had an extension on it, and that's the extension there. Look, but I've not got that moved yet. I need to get that disassembled and got rid of. Oh, there's Colin. Hi, Colin. Cat in a mission. So yes. So this is taking up a lot of space, but actually when this is, and they're using it still obviously, but when this is away, be able to see it's quite a nice big space in here for them. You see the ceiling there with the basically large timbers going across the way, and then the little dwangs to join them together. It is quite a heavy roof, so my plan is, as soon as I get this out, I'm going to also put some timbers just across the floor there, maybe 3 of them, and join one side to the other, and that'll sort of support the base of the run. And we'll also, we're on slabs most of this, so we will attach the sort of cross members here to the slabs, and again hopefully just give that a little bit of security, make sure it's not going to go anywhere in high winds, although it's pretty heavy, so hopefully it won't. So when we've got the cross members there, I'll then put maybe 3 central pillars, if you like, that will help to support the roof and just give a bit more rigidity to the whole structure. But that relies on me first getting this out, and I'm having some problems unscrewing it. So I might need some assistance for that, but we'll see. So in here at the minute, what I've got is I've got my Obi Chick, which is a hemp-based bedding, and that's down, as I say, there's mostly slabs down here. There's the odd bit of bare earth, but I'm gradually putting slabs in also on those bits, because I do like to have a slab, the sort of slabs as a base of the run. It sort of helps to keep things clean and dry, and it also helps discourage little critters from burrowing in. I've still got to put more of these sort of like braces across to again support. And I mean, this is a brace, but it's also sort of used, I've got them in each corner, and they use them as perches also. Round the side here, this side, I haven't put anything down yet. I've still got a wee bit of slabbing to do there, and then we'll get the Easy Chick down. Now you maybe notice from inside, I've actually, on the outside, I've got some transparent tarp up, and I'll be doing that to a lot of the sides of the run. I'll obviously leave some gaps for airflow, but I don't want, when it's bad weather, we want to prevent the sort of wind and the rain driving through the run. So I've got down at the lower part here, I've got tarp, and I've got tarp for the upper bit, but I'm thinking maybe trying to fit it in such a way as I can raise it and lower it depending on the weather. And then I've got tarp for the sides here. It's a nice wee run with a view, don't you think? So they've got a good wee view there, and that's a house down there. So yeah, this is where it's looking like so far. So there you have it. That's the status of the run at the minute. I'm quite pleased with it, I have to say, and I think the girls are enjoying it. And hopefully there's tons of space for them if we do, or if and when we go into a compulsory poultry housing order like the rest of the UK. But for now, we're letting the girls out and they're using the run when we're not in the garden, and yeah, it's fingers crossed it's all doing well. So that's me for now. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed, I'd love for you to subscribe to the channel and follow me in my gardening, chicken keeping, quail keeping and beekeeping journeys. But for now I'll say bye bye.